Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be starting a new series on this channel called PROMa PROMblems, and basically if you can't tell from the title, it's going to be all about prom because it is coming a lot faster than you think. So I'm going to be helping you figure out the date, the dress, after prom, and everything in between, and we will get through this prom season together. Also, disclaimer, I've never been to prom, this is my first year going, so we will learn everything on the way and as we go, and this will be a great prom, I promise. So that is it, so bye y'all. Okay guys, so the name of the series is called PROMa PROMblems, and if you don't know what PROMa is, it's drama caused by prom. So I thought I'd start this first video off with what I think causes the most drama, and that is the date. First of all, I want to say that it is completely okay going by yourself. You don't need a date, you can go by yourself and still have fun, go with a group of friends, ask one of your girlfriends to go with you. It doesn't need to be a guy. But I would say if you're going by yourself, it would be easier to find a group who also has someone going by themselves as well, so it's not just you and a bunch of couples and then you in the pictures like by the side. Or you can just bring one of your girlfriends, be like, hey, all the guys at my school suck, be my date to prom, and have a friend date. That's really cute. Or you can find a group of all girls who don't have dates and you can go as a huge girl group and girl power. Y'all don't need any guys in your life. Y'all are fine by yourselves, independent, and all that stuff. And it can be really fun like that. No stress about dates, no stress about corsages and boutonnieres, no stress about a lot of things. It could make things a lot easier, but I do understand that a lot of people do like dates, or everyone in your group wants a date too, so you have to get one. Now, I would also like to say that if you really want to have a date to prom, you should make sure that you have a backup date. And now a backup date is just a friend who either goes to another school or he graduated already. You usually ask them around a month or so before the actual prom, after you realize no one's going to ask you. So I would say have some backup dates lined up in case you really want a date to prom and no one's asked you. No shame in that, but just make sure you have someone that you can fall back on in case you don't get asked. So I will get into the part of the video where I try to help you get the date that you want, but I will say right now that if a guy asks you to prom and it's not your dream date, or maybe you don't really want to go with him, or you're waiting for someone better, just say yes. It took him a lot of confidence to ask you, and y'all can still have a good time. It doesn't need to be someone you're in love with or that you've been dreaming about going to prom with for 4 years. This guy, he obviously likes you, so I think you should go. You should say yes. Just say yes. Now, getting your dream date. I don't know how to get your dream date. I'm sorry, ladies. I will tell you one day if I figure it out. But anyways, I think that you shouldn't set your expectations too high. I'm not going to be like, oh, I want that cute guy from my math class from freshman year that I've talked to once, and he's the most popular guy in school. He's gonna be my prom date. No, that's not realistic. I'm sorry. I know it's sad, but we have to deal with it. I think that your dream date should just be someone who you talk to on a regular occasion, who you're comfortable talking to, who y'all look photogenic together in pictures. Make sure y'all can have long conversations because prom is going to be a long night, and you don't want someone who you can only talk to for 5 minutes and then be with them for the whole night and just not talk. That's awkward. So I would just say make sure it's someone you're comfortable with, you're close with. Try to have someone who your friends in your prom group are close to also, so it's not just y'all two talking all the time, so y'all can kind of interact with the rest of the group and everything. Also, I forgot to say this earlier, prom date doesn't need to be some guy that you really like. It can just be a friend. It can be friend date. No one's gonna be like, oh my god, are they dating? Well, people might be like that at first, but it's okay. You just say no, we're just friends, and people will think that's really cute. It doesn't need to be someone that you want to date. It can just be a friend. So I'm gonna give you all some tips on how to sort of reel in that prom date that you want, or how to get that cute guy to ask you, or how to get closer to that cute guy you wanna go to prom with. So my first tip is that if y'all don't talk on a regular basis, try to talk on a regular basis. Find ways to start conversations. Try to go to things that they go to. I don't know, just put yourself out there, really. You have to put yourself out there because let's be real, guys don't take hints that well. For example, if he is really involved in this club, join that club. Or if he plays a sport, bring your friends to one of his games and make sure he sees you. Or you can just be like, hey, what time's the game? You did really good tonight. You could do stuff like that. Now, if it's a guy that you talk to regularly or semi-regularly, but y'all don't have like a thing, or maybe y'all are kind of a thing, but it's really low-key, you could either drop some hints, which he may not get. Trust me, it is so hard to hint to guys that you want to go to prom with them. Or you can get your friends to go up and be like, hey, are you going to prom? My friend's really looking for a date, or so-and-so will really like to go with you. You should go with them. Make them drop some not so subtle hints, and hopefully then he will get the hint. If not, get your friends to straight up tell him, ask so-and-so to prom. Also, make sure your date is someone who you know you will have a fun time with. Don't just be like, he looks good, we'll look good in pictures, let's be prom dates. No. You have to make sure that you know you'll have a good time with them. I mean, yes, I wish that just because we look good together that we will have the most amazing time at prom, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you might not look good in pictures with someone, but you know you will have a blast with them at prom. You should go with that person instead of the person who you'll look photogenic with in pictures. Because let's be real, you can always Photoshop pictures later. Truth is, 10 years from now, it's not going to matter who you went to prom with. You're going to look back on those pictures and be like, wow, why was I so stressed out about prom? It doesn't really matter. But I do get that right now it does matter a lot to a lot of people. So I would just say good luck on finding your dates. Maybe I will make another video on how to get a prom date. Just on how to get a prom date. I just want to say, don't stress too much about not having a date. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter if you went solo with the friend, with the guy friend, with the date that you didn't really want to go with, or with a date who was your dream date, It doesn't matter too much in the end. Like, in the end, you're going to prom, and it's going to last one night. It doesn't mean that if you don't have a prom date, you're going to be alone forever with 10 cats. And it also doesn't mean that if you go with a guy friend that you don't like at all, that you're going to marry them either. No, it's just prom. It's just a high school dance. That's it. It really doesn't matter. Okay, real side of things. It's about to get personal here. I would say that for me, I do stress a lot about prom and prom dates and prom dresses and everything. And that's why I'm making this series. And I would like to say that I am a person who is really excited for prom. I want it to be perfect. I want it to be all this. So I have been working on getting prom dates on the prom dress, the prom group, after party, all that. And I would like to say that sometimes you just have to let things happen. Like, I personally don't think my plan to get my perfect date is gonna work. So you just have to let things happen. You can't make everything go the way you want, and you should just realize that. So if you do get asked by that guy who you don't really want to go with, but you have to say yes or else you feel guilty, or you don't want to be that girl who says no to the guy, just realize that maybe it's for the better. Maybe you should just realize that this is how it's going to go, deal with it. You can't control everything. And I just want to say that as I continue this series, because you will realize that you can't control everything. You can't make everything happen. As much as you wish you could plan everything out, from who's going to ask you, from if you're going to find the perfect dress, or if your group's going to want to do what you want to do. You can't control that. You have to let things come as they go, and you just really have to just go with the flow. You don't want to be the bridezilla of prom, even though there's no brides in prom, so it'd be like datezilla or promzilla. I don't really know what to call it. Sometimes I feel like that, and then I just realize I have to step back from it all and just take my hands off. Just take my hands off the wheel and sort of just let things go. Okay, bye. I hope y'all are enjoying this series, and look forward to my next video. Bye! Also, I would just like to say that if Leonardo DiCaprio can get an Oscar, you can get a prom date. Oh my god, I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to say that. Like, I thought of that right after the Oscars, and I've been wanting to say it for so long now. Finally, there it is. It's gonna be a famous quote one day, I promise. Promise, get it? Also, there's this light right here. I don't know what to do. I mean, should it go on my neck, or should it like be a half of my face? I don't really know. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. Whatever. Not gonna be a promzilla about it. Just gonna let it be.